Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Friday First Cut series. I am Nidhi Manchanda, a certified financial planner and head of training and development at Fintree. In our last video, we discussed about why it is really important to file your income tax returns, and we also discussed what are the different documents required to file your returns. Now, in continuation with that conversation itself, in this video, we will talk about a concept which is not very known to people, that is SFT. So if you are hearing SFT for the first time, then stay tuned in this video because it is very important to know about SFT before you file your income tax returns. In order to keep a tab on black money and high value transaction, the government has introduced the concept of SFT. Now, what exactly is this SFT? SFT, that is Statement of Financial Transaction. It is a tool for the government to identify certain specified transactions that can attract taxes, and also it makes it easier for the government to find out whether taxes are paid or not on such transactions. So, if you have done any high value transaction in the last financial year, then it will reflect in your Form 26AS. Now, you must be wondering that how income tax authorities will get to know about your transaction details. Well, there are different institutes like banks, mutual fund AMCs, post office, corporates. Now, they have the responsibility to report all the transactions to the income tax authorities which are of high value, and if they don't do it, there is a penalty for that. Let us now see what are these transactions and who report it. So I have a list of these transactions in front of me, so let me discuss this one by one. So the first transaction is if you make any payment in cash which is 10 lakh rupees or more. In that case, the bank will report such transaction in your 26AS. Second transaction here we have is if your current account holder and the cash deposit or withdrawals, this entire amount, or I can say the aggregate amount in the entire financial year crosses 50 lakhs, then definitely it will be reported under your 26AS as your specified financial transaction. Another transaction that we can see here is even if you don't have a current account, but instead of current account you have some other account, let's say your saving bank account, then also such transactions will be reported. But in this case the limit is slightly lower. Instead of 50 lakhs, this will be 10 lakhs. So if your transaction amount is 10 lakhs or more, then definitely this transaction will be reported by the banks. Now if we talk about another transaction here which is related to your fixed deposit or time deposits, here the limit is 10 lakhs again. Another transaction that we talk about is credit card payment. So let's say you are paying your credit card dues. Now in this case, if you are paying by cash, the limit is 1 lakh. So any transaction where you are paying your credit card dues over and above an amount of 1 lakh, then it will be reported. And if it is not in cash, let's say it's in any other mode, then the limit is 10 lakhs. 10 lakhs or more for credit card payments will be reported as your specified financial transaction, which will definitely reflect in your 26AS. Now, let us see some more transactions like these. So another transaction that we can talk about here is, let's say you are making an investment in bonds, debentures or shares, and this investment is exceeding 10 lakh rupees, then also it will be reflected in your SFT statements. Another transaction is buyback of shares. Again, the limit is 10 lakh rupees. So if you buy back shares from any person and the limit and the amount limit is 10 lakhs or more, it will also be treated as one of the SFT transaction. Another important thing that I would like to reflect here is about investment in mutual funds. Now many investors invest their money in mutual funds, but you should definitely know that if you are investing your money in mutual funds and your transaction value is more than 10 lakhs, then it will be reported to the income tax authorities by way of SFT statements, and it will reflect in your 26AS again. Another transaction that can be part of this is purchase or sale of foreign currency. Again, the limit is 10 lakh rupees. Also purchase or sale of immovable property, and here in this case the limit is 10 lakhs or 30 lakhs as per the case. And the last transaction here that I can talk about is cash receipts for sale by any person of goods or services of any nature. The limit here is 2 lakh rupees or more. So if you are making a transaction of such nature, then you should know that it will reflect in your 26AS under SFT column. Now that you know all these transactions, what should you do? Just check your 26AS before filing your income tax returns, and in case you find any SFT transaction in your 26AS form, then it is important to declare such related income in your return filing. And if you don't do that, you might receive an income tax notice. We hope that this information on SFT will definitely help you in filing your returns better. In case you have any further questions related to SFT, or if you have any questions related to tax, then feel free to get in touch with our team of tax experts. And for more such videos, do subscribe to our channel.